Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of season 6 here in the career mode RTG. We're looking to build on our defence this transfer window. We don't have a massive amount of money. You guys have offered me a number of suggestions. Thank you for that in yesterday's episode. We have about £42 million to spend currently, with one player we're looking to move on, that being Matt Penny. You guys are very, very adamant that you would like Ziegler to stay and Uno, of course, to continue to stay as my backup left mid, unless we get a massive bid, in which case I might be allowed the luxury of trying to negotiate a giant fee for him. But hopefully we can get Penny sold in today's episode. As you saw from the transfer hub there, I've so many players added to my shortlist that I shall run through with you now. We're primarily looking for a left back and a centre back, and if we've any money left, we might look for a right back, but primarily left back and centre back. Left back first. I believe Penny is a weaker link than Getrode, so left back first, centre back afterwards. Take it from there. We have Junior Firpo, can play at left back and centre back. He's 6 foot tall, can play at left mid as well. Still waiting for that scout report though. Don't know anything about him. Ruben Vinagre is a player we've played against. We know he's pretty decent. I just want to know what his stats look like before committing to potentially bidding for him. Johnny at Tagliafico is not the best physically, but technically still very, very good. Good crossing, good ball control, very good in the tackle. Would be presumably pretty solid defensively. And at 29 years of age, offers that kind of elder player that would allow the further time for Mancini to improve yet further himself, to then take over in the first team when he's ready. But I'm not sure whether he needs 1 year or 2, Mancini, to make that jump. I'm not sure yet. Ben Chilwell was also a very popular option. He's currently at Valencia in this save, valued at 30 million though. Could be quite pricey. Theo Hernandez is at Manchester United in this save now. He's very, very good. Also valued about £30 million, although his wages are practically 3 times the cost of Ben Chilwell's. So I'm pretty sure I won't be signing Theo Hernandez. Similarly, Kieran Tierney is 86 rated in this save now. 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed. Outstanding player, and as such, valued accordingly. That release clause, of course, I won't activate because it's a broken feature in career mode. Zinchenko was recommended, but he's just gone to Leicester, so I can't sign him. We have Sergio Reguilon, or Reguilon? Sergio from Real Madrid. I don't know as he starts at Real Madrid. I'm not entirely too sure, but I don't know anything about him at present, so we're waiting to see what his stats look like. We have Jamal Lewis at Inter Milan. I know for a fact he doesn't start at Inter Milan. I'm pretty sure he starts at Norwich, but we'll wait and see what happens with his stats. I'm genuinely intrigued by that one. He must be pretty decent if he's found his way to Inter Milan. We have Janus Horn, we're left back or centre back, so waiting to see what his stats look like. Luke Shaw is 85 rated, so one of the best left backs in Europe, certainly one of the best English left backs in the game, but somehow has found himself playing at Stade Rennais and is valued at £27 million, although again, as you can see there, he has recently joined, so won't be willing to move again. Stade Rennais for an 85 rated left back, unsure of that move. Ben Davies is at Real Madrid. Unsure of that move as well. He's 30 now, so I'm not sure if his stats have started to drop or whether they're kind of plateaued. Tagliafico is also a player that obviously is fantastic technically, as well as physically, more so physically. We'll wait and see what his stats look like. He too could be a player that would be kind of an elder statesman to allow Mancini the time to step up. Similarly, Emerson, he's at Valencia now. Looks like technically he's going to be very good, but I'm not sure if his physical stats will have dropped off too much. We have Hamza Mendil. I know nothing about him, a Moroccan that's currently at Angers in France. Cucurella, he's at Roma now. I believe he starts at Real Madrid, although I might be mistaken. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Know nothing of him though. We have another Greg Taylor. We lost our Greg Taylor, of course, but supposedly this Greg Taylor is pretty decent himself. So we'll wait and see what he looks like. Pape Abu Cisse at centre-back now, as we're looking at some centre-backs you guys have added to the shortlist. Dale Fry is at Manchester City now. He's had a move rejected from Hamburg. Nathan Ake is at Manchester United. He's currently 84 rated. Still looks pretty solid. £22 million valuation, so could be quite cheap. But wages are very high, and as you can see, Man United don't appear to be in a selling mood. Konate has a release clause of 30.2 million. We'll wait and see what his stats look like. Reece Oxford, I don't know if he's at Reading, whether he's developed as much as we might need him to have to make the first team. Issa Diop is £27.5 million at Leipzig. An option, definitely. Konstantinos Mavropanos is at Arsenal still. Don't know what his stats look like. Mario Hermoso. He's only 22 million and £81,000 a week. That's a genuine option at centre-back, and supposedly can play at left-back too at 6 foot tall. 92 sprint speed. 92 sprint speed. Very, very good in the tackle as well with 92 slide tackle. Good ball control, good crossing, good short passing. Could play either at left-back or at centre-back. Might be a great player to sign for both roles. Unsure at this stage. Ethan Ampadu, I'd very much like to see what his stats look like at this stage. German Conti, pretty straightforward centre-back. Very, very limited technically, but you don't really need your centre-backs to be amazing. And with Perella alongside him, who is gifted technically, they would hopefully complement each other quite well. He's not that expensive, but he's on a lot of money wage-wise, so that might be doable because I could transfer some transfer budget into wage budget, which would boost the wage budget more significantly than if I were doing it the other way around. Jesus Viejo, he's on £165,000 a week at Real Madrid. That's not happening, I'm afraid. Rob Holding, 19 million valuation, £66,000 a week. That's an option, a genuine option at centre-back. 27 years of age now. Good in the tackle. Can pass the football. Not amazing physically, but certainly an improvement rating-wise on what we've got. So at the minute, I'm kind of leaning towards Rob Holding and Hermoso, with Hermoso playing at left-back. We'll wait and see. Ret Sos at Everton. Want to see what his stats look like now. We have Nicolas Koza, who can play at left-back as well, apparently. So wait and see what his stats look like. Matt Miazga, the US international. Obviously, we have Emmanuel Sabi, another US player, and now international in the save, that would be a fellow American in the squad. Diogo Dalot, formerly Manchester United, is now at Bordeaux. He looks very good. 88 crossing on him. And not overly expensive, nor is he on much wage-wise at all. So another genuine option. I could obviously play him at left-back. You don't have to play right-backs at right-back and left-backs at left-backs. Kevin Mbabu, he's at Barcelona. So that's probably going to be a no, although he does look very, very good. Kevin Rug, I know nothing about. So we'll wait and see what his stats look like. Yusuf Atal, 5-star weak foot for him and 4-star skills. Currently a right-back. Was he the one? Yes, 97 crossing. 97 crossing. And with him having a 5-star weak foot, doesn't matter that he's right-footed because he could play on the left and be superb there. 22 million, £78,000 a week. Another standout option for wing-back. Kyle Walker-Peters, we'll wait and see what his stats look like. Similarly, Max Aarons as well. There are some really good options you guys are giving me there. And I'm hoping that those good options will be added to once we get the scout reports back. Hopefully we'll get offers for Matt Penny in the meantime. If not, then we can always use him as part of a deal to see someone else go. There's a loan offer for Rob Gray, which I shall accept. And hopefully, eventually, he will accept one. Spurs have approached Leon for Atal. Oh, that throws something to... I think if Atal goes to Spurs, he probably wouldn't come to me. So there's not really much point trying to follow that up. What I do want to do, actually, is do the whole trick of taking Rob Gray off the loan list, putting him onto the transfer list, and then hopefully he will now accept that loan bid. Why things like that still exist and bugs like that have to have workarounds, I'm not sure, but whilst they still do, we shall still try and work around them with the workarounds. Not sure which games I'm going to play this month either at this stage. I don't think we're going to get a Carabao Cup game scheduled before the end of August. I think our first game is going to come in September, but I'll simulate Leicester and Brighton and go as far as Arsenal, play that one, play Wolves, unless we get a Carabao Cup game in the meantime, in which case I'll play that, because obviously I'm wanting to put a little bit more emphasis on cup competitions this season if we can. It's a good opportunity to try and qualify for Europe that way. Transfer offer from Athletic Club for Ziegler, which we shall reject. You guys are adamant that you want him to stay. An offer from Freiburg for Emmanuel Sabi. Well, he's been my top goal scorer 3 seasons in a row. He's going nowhere. The youngsters still look very good. 67, 59, 67 now for Lucas Henriksen. He's gone up another rating. 62 there, 62 and 65 now for Cooper. So, great youngsters that aren't going to stand a chance this season. Maybe next season in the Carabao Cup, and then the season after that, when hopefully we'll be challenging in the Champions League. We'll be able... There you go, Gray's gone out on loan. We'll be able to give those guys first team spots. Interest for Conte. Now that... lot of interest in some of the players that I was thinking about signing. I can't commit, though, without knowing what their stats are like. Conte was looking like he would be a good option for centre-back. And a cheaper option, so I might try and get involved in that if he's not going to be too expensive. We'll have to wait and see. Leicester at home is the first game of the Premier League season. Katic gets booked. Then Till gives them the lead, but 2 minutes later we get a penalty and Suarez Garcia converts. Then 2 minutes after half-time, Morales comes on for him, but Ademola Lookman gets a goal on official debut. Then Callum Wilson equalises for Leicester 17 minutes from time, and it'll be a 2-2 home draw against Leicester City to start our Premier League season number 2. Mitov is frustrated at his lack of first-team football. Trust me, bro, I would love to start you week in, week out, but unfortunately, you're not quite good enough anymore. I've simulated just the one drill, not all of them, so there we go. Right, I'll keep going. Actually, I'm going to go and bid... do I? Yeah, I'm going to go and bid for Conte. Or do I wait? Because there were a couple of players there that I wanted to see their scout reports. Do I commit? Do I commit now to Conte? Do I? Because I wanted to... Hermoso. I want to see what Dale Fry looks like as well. He's not that expensive, though. I'm going to try and sign Conte. He's a big improvement on what we've got, whilst at the same time not being so far out of the reach, out of the realms of possibility that you would expect it not to go through. Or not to be a thing. I'll offer 18 and we'll see if they'll accept that. 25.1 is what Marco Silva would like. We shall try and negotiate from there and see if they'll come down a little bit. I don't really want to play more than 22 if I can avoid it. Obviously, with wanting to make 2 signings and preferably at left back. Oh, they're going to take time. Preferably at left back first. I just didn't really want to miss out on Conte having already signalled him out as potentially one of my more preferred players. Transfer offer for Tom Davies of 38.5 million from Lazio. That's intriguing. Also rejected. And transfer offer unacceptable for Conte. They've actually asked for even more than they initially negotiated. No thank you, Everton. I would like to play less than 22 if you don't mind. Would you accept 21? Were you willing to negotiate further down? They're not really playing ball here, Everton. They're being very, very strict and sticking to their guns. I'm coming up bit by bit, and they're not really going any lower than 25. I don't want to pay much more because I've got a left back to sign as well. 24.4. He's on a lot wage-wise as well, but we might be able to get him down from there. Is he on 110,000, I think? Oh, come on! That extra million could make all the difference to me. Please, just accept 23.3. Thank you. Right, hopefully he won't want much wage-wise, and we can still have a decent amount in the budget, both transfer and wage-wise. What's crucial though, it's going to mean that his wages are going to be slightly higher. Hopefully he'll give me an idea of what he wants. 3 years is fine. Hopefully he'll give me an idea of what he wants wage-wise, so that we can then work from there. Please. No, right. That's the thing. I'm going to try and get him slightly cheaper because I think he might be willing to take a bit of a pay cut to come to us to guarantee first team football. But they might just quite simply walk straight away from this. No, they haven't. That's good. I'm going to counter that. I'm going to remove that bonus. And then I might try and further negotiate the wages down a little bit. £78,000 a week. Okay. That's certainly getting there. How about £68,000 a week? It's lower than my initial bid. 76. They're willing to negotiate. That would leave me £18.5 million and about 85,000 if they accept this wage-wise. Right, we have a new centre-back in German Conti. He will go in for Getrauda, and then Watmore will drop from the bench to the reserves. Conti is in. We have a new starting centre-back at the club. I'm very pleased with that. I think he's going to be a superb acquisition for us. And as you guys continue to tell me in the comment section, overall rating in the simulated games makes a big difference. Although I did notice there that Getrauda has grown another rating to 74. And he is still only 22, Getrauda. So there's plenty of time for him to continue growing as well. So he's still going to be a good option for us and still going to play a big part. Interest shown in Reece Oxford. That says to me that he certainly isn't going to be of any real quality. And now that we've signed a centre back, we're probably looking for a centre back. Right, we'll simulate Brighton away, and then we'll play Arsenal at home, and we'll wait and see what the scout reports say for the left backs that we've got on our shortlist. I think Conti's a good signing. I'm pleased with that. Hopefully you guys agree. 83 rated is a significant improvement on what we had overall rating wise. Suarez Garcia misses a penalty this time around after the opposition take the lead. Is that going to cost us a result on this occasion? Half an hour to play. It's still 1-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion. It's now 2-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion as John Guidetti comes off the bench, the Swede, to give them a 2-0 lead and subsequently a 2-0 win. Ouch. Not the sort of game you want to be losing when you have aspirations of maybe trying to qualify for European competition next season. Cooper is now up to 66. That's good. That's good. He's continuing to grow. Potential of 91 to 94. So he could become rather a good striker by the end of his career. Transfer for Angus Gunn from Crystal Palace. I'm going to reject that. Angus Gunn 78 rated. My number one goalkeeper and will continue to be. Not looking to improve in that position as of yet. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying, by the way. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. It's been a bit talky so far, but we will have some gameplay in a moment when we shall go and play this game against Arsenal. No scout reports back yet, so I'm going to go and play Arsenal, and then we shall see what the scouts say after that. Arsenal's lineup burnt. Leno in goal. They've got 5 at the back. Danny Carvajal, Lascelles, John Stones, Keira and Hakimi. Ndidi and Torreira in midfield. Torreira's 87 rated now. Meunier, Mariano and Bergwijn on the left-hand side. He's 86 rated. Really strong side, this Arsenal team. I'm expecting them to be particularly difficult to play against. Although, with it being FIFA, the fact that they've got a really high-rated side means that they probably won't be really difficult to play against. So, in actual fact, I don't know what to expect from this game. Carvajal down the line to Mariano. Back to Meunier. Lovely block by Conti. Welcome to the starting lineup, sir. That is one way, certainly, to welcome yourself to a new side. What a block. Really very pleased with that. Also my first time using Ademola Lookman, actually, on the left-hand side of my midfield. So I'm looking forward to getting him involved in some play as well, actually. And I could try and find him here with Sabi, but drops to Tom Davies, and Hill will find Suarez Garcia, and he finds Sabi, who's turned well, and the shot, fires into the back of the net. From a great defensive block at one end to a thumping finish at the other. Arsenal could have gone in front. We do go in front. And of course it had to be Emmanuel Sabi to score my first played goal of the season. Thank you very much. He's off the mark. Hakimi again. Ndidi. Hakimi. Oh, really give his teammate much chance there. Bogle comes away with possession. Suarez Garcia will get that in there to Davies. And Ademola Lookman is on his bike. And it's scooped towards him, and he's going to have the pace to get to it too. He's got decent finishing, Ademola Lookman. Is it any good? Ooh, a little bit too high. 86, I think his finishing is, Ademola Lookman, or at least it was. Although he's gone up another rating to 84 now. His finishing is 87. He was 82 when we bought him. And this is my first time using him, and he's already 2 ratings higher. I very much like that. Mariano. Back there to Ndidi. Mariano again. Runners on the right-hand side, including Meunier. Ndidi. Mariano. Across there to Torreira. And given away, perhaps. Oh, a lovely interception by Perella. No, it was even Tom Davies, actually, back there defending. Sabi across here towards Matt Penny. We'll go down the line for Ademola Lookman. I'm not sure if he was onside. Looks like he was. Oh, that's not where I wanted that pass to go. It's the recipient I wanted, but not the manner in which I wanted it to get to him. Sabi will look for Suarez Garcia. Hit it early. There's the second. Cambridge 2, Arsenal 0. We might well be getting 3 points from this one. Our first win of the season is just 45 minutes away. Sabi and Suarez Garcia at it again. Hakimi. Forward to Mariano. That's Bergwijn. Cross can come in. He just waits and then... Oh, okay. Well, that's not how I envisaged that going. Oh, great footwork. And the pass picked off by Tom Davies. Brilliant defensive reactions from the midfielder to ensure that they don't get themselves one back there. And then he's involved in the attack as well. Suarez Garcia could be set through here if the pass is right. Ziegler is in space and plenty of it on this right-hand side. And it could be Tom Davies that finishes to move off. Oh, it is in emphatic fashion. From one end of the pitch to the other with the first goal. With teams, Arsenal to me. And then from one end of the pitch to the other with a single player. Tom Davies cuts out their chance at one end and then continues to set up our move going the other way and finishes off the counter-attack as well by sweeping that beautifully in the bottom corner. There's not a chance Leno's getting anywhere near that. That's top draw, or bottom draw as it happens, to the bottom left-hand corner. Cambridge 3, Arsenal 0. Hakimi, forward looking for Torreira. Back to Hakimi again. Plays some really good football, Arsenal, but in rather typical FIFA fashion, the really good sides with the really good players just don't create enough chances. They play great football for the majority of the game, but most of it is sideways or backwards. I've given that away. They don't create goal-scoring opportunities very often whatsoever. Mariano across here to Torreira. They might do so now. Mariano played in, and they have created a goal-scoring opportunity, but we've been able to get it away. I believe that's only their second chance on goal all game. When their side looks like this, I'll show you their overall ratings. When their side looks like this, 87, 85, 83, 87, 85, 86, 85, 87. He's crap. He's just come off the bench. He's subbed on for an 83 rated Meunier. 84 and 86. There's no way against my team that looks like that I should be 3-0 up. You get the lower rated teams play much better than the higher rated teams, and they're more creative and they're more dangerous. Hopefully, on FIFA 20, we will see a change to that, but only time will tell. Corner for Arsenal. Bergwijn was taking it short there for Smith Rowe. It was run straight into Ziegler. Counter-attack is on. I see the switch for Ademola Lookman. That's a great ping from Ziegler, and the touch is decent from Lookman too. And I'll look there to Suarez Garcia. Sabi made a run, but he's offside. Get it back to Lookman actually, and I tried to drop the shoulder, didn't quite work. Suarez Garcia somehow found his way through. We'll pull it back. It's Oscar Hill. There's Emmanuel Sabi out of his feet. All deflected off Lascelles and away for a corner. Almost a fourth. We could yet get one from the set piece. Flicked in, flicked away on the volley. Where's that going? I've no idea. Away by Guendouzi. Someone stayed down there for me in the box and is going to have to come off here. And it's Suarez Garcia. I certainly hope that's not going to keep him out for a while. Moreles will come on in his place. Elliot Lee's now 79 rated. As his technicals get even better, his physicals are still the reason why I'm preferring to play Oscar Hill. But he will come on now, Elliot Lee, for the final 10 minutes. Hopefully, he's not going to be out injured for too long there, Suarez Garcia, although he was holding his knee. So I'm not too confident. That might well be a long-term injury there. Hakimi down the line there to Mariano.
That's his game, isn't it?
That was
Intercepting.
poor. Elliot Lee inside. Tom Davies away. Ziegler around the corner to Morales. And Ademola Lookman was on his bike. Danny Carvajal picked the pass off though. But it's going to be a 3-0 win for us here at home against Arsenal. My first played game of the season. Our first victory of the season. A draw on the opening day. A defeat against Brighton. But a 3-0 win against a very strong Arsenal side. But an underperforming Arsenal side. No point having 55% possession if you're not going to do anything with it. No, there's no point having some money in the bank if we're not going to do anything with that. And the plan is, hopefully now, between the game... Oh, I knew it was going to be long term. Well, Javier Morales has his chance. Suarez Garcia out for 7 months. Balls. Big, fat, hairy balls. That's so frustrating. 7 months for one of my best players. He's already scored 3 goals this season. But it may even be more. Yep, 3 goals, 3 assists. 2 goals, 1 assist in 3 Premier League games. And now he's out for 7 months, Suarez Garcia. That is heartbreaking. He was crucial and integral to our performances last season. And so far, he's been crucial and integral to our performances this season too. Really gutted about that. Really gutted about that. Suarez Garcia will be out August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. He might be back by February if we're lucky. And we will have to be lucky. Hoping to get some scout reports back for the game against Wolves. If we possibly can. Maybe. Maybe. I got 1 scout report back. It's for Junior Firpo, who looks very good, actually. 86 acceleration, 85 sprint speed, decent strength, decent stamina at 80, ball control 89, crossing 84, passing's 81, stand tackle 86, and cheap. Sold. I mean, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? An 82 rated player for around about 16 million. I will try and use Matt Penny in the deal as well. And they're willing to negotiate that too. Even better. How about Matt Penny? Matt Penny's worth 6. So I'll say Penny plus 10. And that basically, or 10.5. And that's basically his valuation. No, they want 18.6. Well, no. Basically, but I will come up slightly higher than where I was. 12 plus Penny, 18.7. Okay, they're seemingly pretty adamant about the fee that they want. I'm pretty adamant I don't want to pay that much, although I may end up getting there. Oh, you're going to take some time, are you? Brilliant. Well, you'll come back and say that you want 18.7 million again, won't you? Right, let's go and play Wolves then. I will just quickly check that the Carabao Cup hasn't been drawn with us. Ah, we have Brighton in round 3. Now, where is that game? Where is that game? Okay, it's in September. Right then, let's go and play Wolves and maybe get another set of 3 points. Right, Wolves. Rui Patricio still in goal at 35 years of age. Doherty, Cody, Stevens, Bednarak and Vinagre, who we now won't be signing. Gibbs-White and Lopez in the middle with Adama, Rebic and new signing El Yunusi on the left-hand side of the front 3. Wolves were right with us in the league last season. One of the teams that finished just above us by a point, I think, in the end. We finished 8th, they finished 7th, I'm pretty sure, if memory recalls correctly. Unai Lopez involved in their team, and he'll actually be pretty difficult to play against in the middle there alongside Gibbs-White. Tough team to play against Wolves. They're not European quality, but at the same time, they're not kind of mid-table fodder either. They're always hard to play against, so we'll wait and see what happens in this one. Adama. Oh, that's a nice sharp turn inside. And a cut back to Rebic. Ball stood up. Bogle can only head behind. Wolves corner in the 7th minute. El Yunusi to deliver. It's a good ball in too, but Oscar Hill gets there to nod it away. He thought about keeping it in El Yunusi, but they'll settle for the throw. Get there to Unai Lopez. Back to Vinagre. Driving inside. Trying to switch to Morales, and it went to Sabi first. Oh, player switching is killing me off here. Thankfully, Ademola Lookman just sprints up and then runs off with the ball. Ziegler In there to Morales. Go on, Sabi. Keep going. Okay, Ademola Lookman's the man that's looking to make the break in behind. And he is well in behind here. Try and cut back on his right and bend it. Oh, Stevens out of nowhere with a sliding block. Okay, maybe we'll do it from a corner then. And, oh, Bednarak gets that first. Penny. Turn. Oh, wasn't the sharpest of turns, but it was a turn that worked at least. Ziegler into Morales, who's left-footed. He'll get it on that left and missed the target by whiskers. Hill. Tom Davies. Lookman's made the run. Morales is there. Can he score this time? Ooh, scooped underneath it on his right foot. He's trying his best to make an impression, Javier Morales. He doesn't necessarily have to make a massive impression to keep that first team spot. With Suarez Garcia out injured for so long, he's not really got much competition for that spot right now. Unless maybe Uno could step up into the midfield role. That's a great ball in by Ademola Lookman. And Oscar Hill is desperately unlucky not to have given us a 1-0 lead. Great diving header. Unfortunately, it was aimed directly at the goalkeeper, so it didn't go in. Ziegler wins that back, though, and Oscar Hill will look for Ademola Lookman here, who's been very influential so far in his games under me. Oh, Oscar Hill. Oh. It's not quite falling for me, is it? A little bit wide from Javier Morales, a little bit over from Javier Morales. Oscar Hill with a diving header straight at the goalkeeper from point-blank range. And little final passes aren't quite finding their target. And Morales can't quite show the strength either. Adama. Rebic. Adama. Nice tackle by Hill. Ah, caught in it though. I'm going to make a change. I'll take Morales off and I'll bring Uno on and try and play him in that central role. I could always move Ademola Lookman central as well, to be fair. He too could play in that middle role. He's got decent finishing, so could certainly be a goal threat in at camp. Maybe making the same sort of runs that Suarez Garcia used to make. Good tackle, Matt Penny. Making his probable final appearance for the club here, Matt Penny. Can he get himself an assist to end his time? Oh, Cambridge United on a high. So far he's on his way towards a clean sheet. And, well, that would have been one hell of a goal to mark his exit from the club. But unfortunately it wasn't to be on this occasion. Penny drilled into Sabi. Good movement there by Uno. Cuts back well. He did fire back at criticism at the beginning of last season. He's going to finish this, but he's going to be offside. He did fight back in the second half of last season when we started to contemplate selling him. He started to put in performances. In the season before, in our championship promotion season, he was brilliant in the second half of the season. And then last year, he started off dead in the Premier League, which is why we went about buying Ademola Lookman. And then Uno started to actually perform in the final 8 to 12 weeks of the season. And you guys were quite keen on him actually staying at the club and being a backup to Lookman on that left-hand side. Oh, that's a terrible mistake. And Sabi will have the pace to punish them. Sabi won't have the pace to punish them. That is a big surprise. Lookman will get the throw back, looking for Uno, but I can't get it to him. 10 minutes to go here. 0-0 at Molineux. Helder Costa. Inside to Gibbs White. Lopez, Doherty. Rebic. Out wide to Helder Costa. Early ball in. Poor. Conti volleys away. Just read the bounce well there, Cody. Costa again trying to make the move down the left. Matt Penny with him. Doherty always tracking forward from right back, has to be said. Go on, Ademola. You've got the pace to get to that. Well done. Is there time for either side to score a goal? Because I've lost possession. Hopefully no, with them on the ball and 10 seconds to go. And the answer might well be no if Helder Costa doesn't do anything here and he's given the ball away, and that'll be the full-time whistle. It's a 0-0 draw against Wolves. Hard-fought point. Very hard-fought point. Not many highlights, apparently. Wolves didn't have a single chance on goal. Well, it felt a lot more difficult than that, I have to be honest. Spurs beat Fulham by 2-1. Liverpool draw 0-0 with Manchester United, as do Palace with Watford. That point won't take us into the European spots, I don't believe. And indeed it hasn't, but we aren't far away. 1 place, but 3 points off the European spots. So Manchester City could and probably will go above us. Brighton have won their opening 3 games of the season. What's that all about? Arsenal bottom. You saw how strong Arsenal's team was. 4 games played, 4 defeats, 2 goals scored, 10 conceded. FIFA career mode, ladies and gentlemen. FIFA career mode. Is this a message? No, it's not an email that I expected. An offer from Wolfsburg for Gerzic. What I'm wanting is to find out about our new left back, please. If you don't mind, that'd be great. Please. Oh, 18.7. Told ya. I told ya. I don't want to pay that much. I'll offer them 14 and see what they say. He does look good, but considering Penny's going the other way as well, I don't want to pay massively over the odds. I could have offered 18.7 for him on his own without Penny, and they might have accepted it. 16. His valuation plus an extra player, 16.7. Fine, I'll pay it. Oh, dearie me. Looks like Firpo is going to come in and be our new left back. Provided he signs on the dotted line. Crucial. I can agree. You will be certainly my best left back. I shall counter that with 5 and hope that you'll sign 4. Because by the time he's gotten to 2 years down the line, with 2 years left, we'll then sell him before he has the opportunity to maybe get signed on a pre-contract and have the opportunity to leave for a minimal fee, potentially, with only a year left on his contract. I'll offer him. See, I don't know what to offer him here because he's going to want a big wage hike. I'll offer him 50 and 800,000 sign-on, and they might just sign it. Okay. Because it's always really tricky in situations like that. Because sometimes they want a huge wage rise and you just can't give it to them. But I'll offer. He can have 53. New signing, Firpo is in. Loan offer from Cagliari for my starting centre-back and captain, Victor Perella. What do you think the answer is going to be to that, Cagliari? A big, fat, firm piss off, I think. Conte and Firpo are in. Massive improvements to our defensive line. And we have gotten 2 clean sheets in the 2 played games. Conte has certainly had an impact already defensively, although Getraude is still very much one of my favourite players in the team and will definitely be playing a large amount of games this season, I'd like to think, specifically in cup football. A loan offer for Bradley Halliday. Someone did say maybe loan out Bradley Halliday, so alright. Maybe I'll loan out Bradley Halliday. We'll see if we can get him some football, considering he's not going to play any for me anymore. And to deadline day we go. 50 million spent so far. Verratti's the biggest mover in this window to this point, from PSG to Real Madrid for 61.4. Diogo Jota to Chelsea for 60.4. And Kouame from Palace to Sassuolo for 58.9. Where Sassuolo have got 60 odd million pounds from, but regardless, Halliday's gone. Transfer offer from Uno from Athletic Club, 21.2 is nowhere near a bid that is going to make me want to let Uno go. You guys want him to stay, and stay he shall, especially now that Suarez Garcia has picked up that injury, because I just quite simply... 2 transfer offers for Perella now. 24 from Wolfsburg and 22 from Torino. No. And no. It's a good sign that plenty of our players are getting interest from other clubs. It means that they're growing well and they're performing well, and we as a side garnering interest from other teams around Europe, not just around England and the country we're in, around Europe. Elliot Lee with an offer of £24.5 million for him now, but again, we're going to reject that. He's certainly starting to get himself towards being in contention for a starting spot ahead of Oscar Hill. But I still think at present I prefer Hill's physical approach alongside Tom Davies to Elliot Lee's similar style of play to Tom Davies. Interested in Konate, interested in Viejo, that's fine. I'm going to go and empty my transfer list now. Sabi is going to have that offer rejected, obviously. I'm not sure if he's not my top goal scorer at this stage, but by the end of the season he may well be my top goal scorer again for the 4th season in a row. A loan offer for Sabi. Get out of it. Not a chance. Transfer offer for Getraude, though, which is interesting. We don't get many bids for him. It's 7 million for Amiens. No. He's only 23. Rated 74. He's still growing. I'm not sure what his potential is. Let's have a look on... So, FIFA... how do you spell his name? Getroude, maybe? Getroude. Let's have a look. Getroude. 64 starting, 80 potential. So he's still got a long way to go. Getroude stays for a considerable period of time, please. I'll quickly show you what else has happened in this window. £440 million has been spent total now. Transfer for Ziegler from Ajax. You guys want him to stay, and provided he can put in the performances, I would like him to stay as well, but he is going to have to put in the performances. Arsenal, decent bit of business for them. Mariano coming in at 84 rated will certainly score them some goals. Eddie Nketiah has gone out. Vincent Young too. Both of those signings done since our game against Arsenal. Romero's in at Blackburn. Bournemouth have done quite a bit as well. Brighton, Dendoncker and Tumba and Pereira in. 44 million spent there. Burnley have done a little bit. Conte and Firpo have spent exactly 40 million. Well, that's handy how that worked out, isn't it? Cardiff, minimal. Chelsea, okay. £137.4 million. Valverde, Jota and Wan-Bissaka in. Mason Mount went out for 55 odd million pounds, I think it was. Quadra Ampadu and N'Golo Kante is no longer a Chelsea player. Stepper, Garces and Kouame there. Haaland, Mount and Kopic in at Everton with Conte, Mittelstadt and Gbamin going out. Pereira in at Fulham. Zinchenko went to Leicester. Mina out. That's Yerry Mina, I believe, not Santi. Jimenez in at Liverpool. Presumably Jose Maria, but we'll find out in due course. Elvedi and Altamirano going out. Xisco and Gbamin in at City. Nelson and Arzani out. United, Dodo, Rossia and Arana in with Fosu Mensah going out. Llorente and Nketiah in at Newcastle. They've spent a decent amount of money for Newcastle United. Tottenham has actually not spent that much. Only 76.5 million. Watford, Lukaku, Lopez and Hernandez. That's Jordan Lukaku in at Watford, who actually, I believe, is... I can't see it right now, I just want to transfer today. He was top goal scorer in the league. Wolves have done a massive amount of business, actually, although the majority of that money came from the sale of Jota to Chelsea. Jordan Lukaku, prior to the match day against Wolves, was top goal scorer. He's now second top goal scorer, as Romero's gone top with 5 for Everton. And now all my scout reports come back. Training injury, 6 weeks for Ziegler. Wonderful! Just what we need on the day after the transfer window. Thank you. Never mind. Well, oh, Jesus. I'm going to go and get rid of all those scout reports off camera because there's going to be 1,000 of them. Let's show you the transfer history and then we can end the episode. So, Verratti, Jota, Kouame we saw. Is Jose Maria Jimenez to Liverpool at 28 years of age and 88 rated. Wow. Mason Mount to Everton. He is 85 rated now. Dahoud to Inter. Moy Gomez to Atletico Madrid. What's he rated at now? Oh, it's Maximiliano Gomez. Sorry, not Moy Gomez. Moy Gomez is at Bilbao? Question mark? 85 rated. The striker. Danilo Pereira to Dortmund. Valverde, there you go. Centre mid. 86 rated now. Federico Valverde to Chelsea. Tonali, it was Yerry Mina to Monaco from Leicester. Pellegrini has gone to Bayern. He's 85 now, Lorenzo Pellegrini. That's a decent rating for him. A big move for a regen. That's the first time I think we've seen that happen. Matteo Xisco, 84 rated at centre-back. 96 jumping. Good challenge with Manuel Sabi, that. I think that's the first time we've seen a big move for a regen player by the AI. First time that's happened. N'Golo Kante, at 89 rated and 32 years of age, has gone back to France. If I'd have known I could have gotten N'Golo Kante for £42.9 million, I might have considered signing him. Although, we definitely needed to improve in defence this window, didn't we? David Neres has gone to Napoli. He's 86 rated now. Lete, Zobnin, Uduakai, maybe? Don't know, 83 rated though, looks half decent. Alex Telles to Real Madrid at 30 years of age, he's 86 rated. Any others? Wilf Zaha from Torino to Werder Bremen. Bobby Firmino to Barcelona. And Kunku to Sampdoria from PSG. There's Rugani and Mere, the goalkeeper to Spurs, 83 rated. They did need a new goalkeeper, we did mention that last season. Elvedi to Roma. Danea to Senteti and Manolas to Hoffenheim at 32 years of age. Alex Iwobi to Stade Rennais, 84 rated now at Alex Iwobi. Mitrovic, almost looks like he's got a tooth missing there. Alexander Mitrovic, 83 rated now at 28 years of age. Mariano, we saw that, 84 rated. Gabamin to City, Atal to Spurs. He did go in the end. Origi. Wan-Bissaka was from Atleti to Chelsea, 29.1 million. He's 84 rated. Zinchenko, he's 82 rated. I might have considered signing Zinchenko, to be fair. 99 short passing, 95 ball control. 95 crossing, 88 ball control. Yeah, I probably would have considered signing Zinchenko, to be fair. That's your window. And we are 8th after 4 games in the Premier League. And Blackburn Rovers are above us. Brighton have finally lost, but Watford lead the way thanks to the goals of Jordan Lukaku. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of those transfer decisions and signings in the comment section down below. We have barely anything to spend in January, so unless we make a sale, that might be it for this season, but hopefully it might be enough for the season as well. I'll see you tomorrow.